Please stand for the presentation of the colors.
Color guard attention. Color guard forward march. Color guard halt. Left face. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in a scout oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Scout law.
Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
About face. Prepare the post colors. Post. About face. General rank. Split face. Forward march. Halt. About face. Color guard duties. Audience may be seated.
I would like to welcome you to the Troop 376 Eagle Court of Honor. Eagle Court of Honor. It is my pleasure to introduce Eagle Scout Brian of Carmel, who is Master of Ceremonies at this Court of Honor.
Good afternoon. I would like to invite all Eagle Scouts, including adults, to stand at this time. These are the men you are about to be counted among for your achievements as you enter this Brotherhood Today show. Thank you. You may be seated. It is my pleasure to now introduce to you Assistant Scoutmaster Emeritus David Shelpuck from Troop 376, who will lead us in our invocation. Dave.
One of the things I've enjoyed most about being part of 376 is our commitment to climbing 14ers. For years, the boys have really tried to push themselves to the limit by climbing Colorado's tallest mountains, and I think the journey to Eagle Scout is climbing 14er is a great metaphor for becoming an Eagle Scout. So Sean, I'm going to ask you to take a seat. This is the voice of the eagle. The eagles whose heights you have struggled hard to reach. We remember well when you first came to the base of that 14er and how you looked up with ambition and determination. Look back for a moment. Look down the mountain you have climbed. Look at the experiences you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten. You should profit by making sure adverse experiences do not occur again. Experience is a valuable teacher. We remember when you took your first steps upon the trail that leads upward. With that first step, you began to grow physically, mentally, and mentally. You started living the Scout Oath and Law. All the while you were on the trail, we watched you study, and we saw you learn by doing. Upon joining, you were only a scout. At that time, you began working hard on your requirements to reach tenderfoot rank, the first first ledge on the trail to Eagle. Before long, your brother scouts were calling you a tenderfoot, and they were right. You were a tenderfoot. Soon you reached the second ledge, and there you were greeted by another group, the second-class scouts. Some, like you, stopped to catch their breath before continuing along the trail. You began to study more, you worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge, the ledge where the first-class scouts hung out. There you found a tempting green meadow, crystalline stream, full of trout, bathed in the sun, and there you wanted to stay. Yes, you could have remained there and lived with the first-class scout glory, but your ambition stirred you on. You remember your advancement to Star Scout. The trail from first class to Star Scout was not as difficult as it had seemed. This spurred you on, and again you climbed higher. The trail was steeper and less worn. Fewer scouts seemed to be headed in your direction. You looked down and you saw crowds below. You looked up and only saw a few above you, with the same determination which you started your climb. Soon, you earned the badge of life. The heart badge was then placed on your uniform. You'll never forget your thoughts at that moment. This feeling has been experienced by all scouts upon reaching the ledge of Life Scout. Now the trail became even tougher, but more interesting. The original principles, the Scout Oath and the Scout Law, now had a fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was deeper. Yes, Sean, we have watched your character unfold. We have watched your leadership expand into a valuable asset. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We have watched all these things in you, and now you are at the threshold of your goal, and we welcome you, for you have done your climbing in a true scout-like manner. This is the voice of the eagle.
Presentation of Eagle Scout Badge is an important and serious event, the climax and the goal for which a scout works many years, an occasion of pride and joy, a time for serious contemplation. It is the culmination of the efforts of various leaders of this scout. The Eagle Scout Award is the highest and most coveted rank in scouting, the last major step in the advancement program, and fewer than 4% of all Boy Scouts attain this level. At this point, we trust that you have achieved our purpose in the building of character, training, and leadership, and the practice of serving. The requirements for this badge are as follows. Number 1, be active in your troop or patrol for at least 6 months as a Life Scout to rank prior to Eagle. Demonstrate Scout spirit by living the oath and law in your everyday life. Number 3, earn 21 merit badges, including these 13 that are required: first aid, citizenship in the community, citizenship in the nation, citizenship in the world, communication, cooking, personal fitness, emergency preparedness or life-saving, environmental science, personal management, swimming or hiking or cycling, camping, and family life. Number 4, serve actively in an approved position in responsibility for a period of 6 months within the troop as a Life Scout. 5, plan, develop, and lead others in carrying out a service project worthy of an Eagle Scout. Item 6, take part in the Scoutmaster Conference. And finally, item 7, appear before a board of review of prominent persons and satisfy them that you have done your level best to understand and live up to the Scout oath and law, and in all ways qualify for the Eagle Scout Award. This is what Sean has done to earn this over a period of 10 years. I would like to now invite Scoutmaster Richard Miller to the rostrum for the presentation of the Eagle Scout Award.
Hello, everybody. I've had the great opportunity to be with Sean for 9 years, 10 years in the Boy Scout troop. And then as Cub Scouts, even before that. Very happy Sean made it. 364 days into his 17th year. Just barely. But that's how Sean is. Sean never cared about getting rank. He never strived to be the next leader. He just wanted to be with the troop in everything they did. Sean's done all the outings the troop has ever done. He's got all of his merit badges, plus a whole handful more that he ever needed for Eagle Scout. Only because he was interested in what the Boy Scout program did for him. Sean took his active responsibilities as a scout and came to me one day and said, "Hey Richard, I have a project that I need some help with." And I let him talk to me about what it was. And it was a school project, and it was a team project. And what they wanted to do was, him and his partner, Alfred, they wanted to build a go-kart from scratch. We're talking pieces of nothing into something. And so we talked about it, and only because of Sean's experience and dedication did I ever consider doing this. Because if you try working with teenagers for a project that big, you'll be lucky if you can get through it. But Sean and Alfred committed every Wednesday after school until the dark, dark hours of the night. And then when they started getting closer to their due date, 6 months later, so every Wednesday for 6 months, they were doing it. They decided that they weren't going to make it. So then they were at the shop for Saturdays and Sundays, and Saturdays and Sundays, and Saturdays and Sundays. And when they rode their homemade, no brakes, it was 2 people, 2 person in the back, a 2-person go-kart that they cut and welded and assembled and made. They fabricated everything. But when they rode it around, you could see that they finally had that experience. So those experiences are the character that we try to instill and develop into our scouts, and to everybody that's been in the program. So there's another voice in scouting here that I'm going to read to you. I speak for the Eagle Scouts of this council. We challenge these scouts to accept the responsibilities as well as the honor of the Eagle Scout Award. These responsibilities are as follows. An Eagle Scout is to live with honor. His honor is sacred. It is the foundation of all character. You have it, you'll lose it. An Eagle Scout will live so that he reflects credit upon his home, place of worship, school, friends, and self. May the white of your badge remind you to live with honor. Now I know that you'll probably put your uniform in a box and it'll disappear for a good while. Not positive, but pretty sure. But when you get to be my age, your dad's age, and you're like, I have time. What do I do with it? Pull it out. Remember, the scouting program gave to you. Okay, neither pain nor profit nor personal loss shall sway his loyalty. The blue of your badge is the emblem of loyalty. An Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage gives all character, force, and strength. With trust in God and faith in his fellow man, he faces each day unafraid and seeks his share of the world's work to do. Let your red of your badge remind you of courage. Finally, an Eagle Scout is service-oriented. You know what that means. You know what you get out of that. Nothing. Your own self-satisfaction of knowing you did something for somebody you probably couldn't have done for yourself. Right, Grant? Helping hands to those who toil along the scouting trail you have completed, just as others have aided you. The daily good turn must take on a new meaning and better the life pattern of service. Protect and defend the weak and helpless. Comfort the unfortunate or oppressed. Uphold the rights of others as well as your own. Remember, real leadership is founded upon real service. Okay? So now we get to the good stuff. Ooh. Crystal and Brian, if you guys wouldn't mind helping me. The first thing we're gonna give you, Sean, we're gonna dress you up a little bit. You're gonna dress you up? So Brian, you don't mind twisting that up. Sean,
What are you saying?
yes, would you? Crystal, here's a slide. And
I've done this a time or two.
no, you're fine. So this nectarship connects him with other Eagle Scouters across the world. Same colors, same purpose. So first, I'm going to give you a pin. This is a mom pin. Okay. You can present it.
There you go, blood now it's crying.
Let me also give you the dad pin. And I'm not sure if you thought about this much at all, but here's a mentor pin. Okay. And you're welcome to mentor pin anybody you like.
This is the good part. That was a lot, like, I don't know how many times I burned myself. I think I burned a couple of pair of gym shorts, like welding in them.
Sean and Alfred would come over straight from school, and I would ask them if they wanted to change their clothes, so their parents would get mad. And they normally didn't. So now Brian, here is a Eagle badge.
I'm gonna rip off my ring.
No.
That was an accident.
There's a, it's not a sterling merit badge, but there's a step that we hope that all the scouts learn over the years, and that's how to sew their patches on the uniform. So someday they can sew that hole up in their shirt if they ever get it, as an adult. Sean lost the patch because his wasn't sewn on. If it just fell off, it did.
Yeah, with some help.
Okay, and then the most important one is the Eagle patch. Now, we went over the colors already, so hopefully these will stick. If not, I can leave with the script. But I will as well give this to you guys, and you can award it to him. So, Sean gets a nice certificate, framed on on this. He can put on his dresser, put it in his box with his uniform. So, you guys can sit down. Thank you very much. You can also, Sean.
Sit here.
So Sean, if you wouldn't mind standing up.
Oh.
And redo the oath, the Boy Scout oath for us.
Okay.
And then all the scouts obviously join as well.
Okay. On my honor, I will do my best
To do my duty to God and my country, to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
So it's my honor, Scoutmaster for Troop 376, to present Sean O'Connell as our troop's newest Eagle Scout. Grant, can you come on?
Good afternoon. Sean, stand and repeat after me. Please have the scout sign. I reaffirm my allegiance
I reaffirm my allegiance
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize
I thoughtfully recognize
and take upon myself
and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of an Eagle Scout.
of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to make my training an example,
and my status and my influence
in my status and in my influence.
count strongly for the better of scouting
Count strongly for the better of scouting,
and for the better of citizenship
and for the better of citizenship
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
I will now read the Eagle Challenge. The Boy Scouts of America constitutes one of the most wholesome and significant movements in history. And you, Sean Patrick Michael O'Connell, have been counted worthy of this highest rank in its membership. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you know well, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to your country, to your fellow Scouts, and to all of mankind. This is a great undertaking, as you will live up to your obligations. You bring honor to yourself and to your fellow Scouts. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these good things depend on the qualities she instills in her citizens. As an Eagle Scout, you are prepared to help America in all that she needs most. She has a great past, and you are here to make her future even greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Lift up to every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow man. We have too many who use their strength and their intellect to exploit others for selfish gains. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on solid foundations of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. Whatever others may do, I charge you to leave behind you a record of which every citizen may be proud. You may be at ease, and you are invited to speak to the audience.
Thanks, guys, for all coming, first off. It's been a while to, I don't know, get to this point. Probably the worst part, and definitely anybody that's been to Bighorn, the worst part of scouting. It was just a week full of service projects and no showers. But you know, isn't that the Boy Scout life, that's camping. But yeah, I struggled a couple of times with staying in Scouts, but definitely standing here now, I'm glad I stuck with it. And all you guys that are little in 376, I know it gets annoying and, you know, getting picked on for being a Boy Scout. It sucks, but pass through it. Feels pretty good. Thanks. Okay, and then I think yeah.
I have one off-the-record presentation, and this comes from ancient history. When I was in Scouts, I served in central Massachusetts in Paxton, and this is actually one of my staff badges from 1984. They don't make these anymore. So, the legacy continues. So you're all invited to remain for the Eagle Court of Honor reception, which is directly through that door. Grab some food in the kitchen and go hang out in the church hall. Following our benediction, I'd like to call Father Caleb Kick to the front from Our Lady of Mount Carmel and ask you all to please kneel, and if you are incapable of kneeling, then please stand for the benediction. So, Father Kick.
Benedictio Dei omnipotens, Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti, descendat super vos, et manet semper. Amen. Amen.
This Eagle Scout Court of Honor now stands adjourned. I turn this back over to the Senior Patrol Leader to retire the color guard. SPL to the front.
Color guard, please retrieve the colors.
Color guard attention. Audience, please rise. Color guard forward march. Color guard halt. Right face. Retrieve the colors. Retrieve. About face. Return the rank. Split face. Please forward march. Color guard halt.